Okay, so we're breaking down some of the melodic and improvisational content that I played at the end of A Night to Remember from Ear Ecstasy 2. On this run through, I dug right in on the melody. This is at the end of the song where the main key of the song has been B minor, but now it modulates to D minor. And the chord progression is D minor to F major to B flat major. So a lot of the ideas we've been talking about in other sections kind of come from the same parent key of F major. But the first thing I do is state the melody, and it starts with a device that I use quite a bit with the pivot note, where I'm pivoting off the note A in this position of D minor. So the main melody is really F and A and D. And that's all. It's all in the key of D Aeolian. That B flat resolving into the A over the D minor. So that next part of the phrase. Something else that I commonly do, and that's pre-bending a note with my first finger from the 9 to the minor third. Instead of, which I could finger it, and that is a slightly more logical way, but I like the way this feels and sounds. I'll do a lot of sliding just on one string with that one finger. Kind of a fun exercise to get into when you're exploring some of the horizontal playing. So I might have re-articulated it. Now the second half of the melody, I rise from the A up to the high D, and I give that note quite a bit of emphasis. I hit the note, give it a rest, and then kind of do that up pick harmonic thing that I like to do. Then I just repeat that next part of the melody up the octave. Okay, so that's the content of that initial melodic statement, and then I jumped in the next section. I jumped right into just rocking out on some double stops, and that's another effective energy builder by finding a cluster of notes that sound good over each chord change. And I just chose it's the A and the D. It's the same type of thing as if you were Chuck Berry and that root and fifth kind of idea. But what I'm doing is I've got a D on the D string and a D on the B string. So I've got the octave, and in between that, I've got the notes G and A that I'm pivoting back and forth on. And in this chordal kind of, it's not really double stop because there's three strings involved, but it's almost kind of a chordal fifth idea. There's some palm muting going on. And that's kind of a rhythm guitar thing, but obviously I'm using it in a soloistic way here. So to slow that down a little bit, I'm choking the D string and getting some rhythm from it. I'm maybe overemphasizing, but that's what's happening within that phrase. And then before I repeat that whole phrase, I give just a little melodic lick. And as I'm watching what I'm doing, I see that I repeat that D note. I could have just played, But I shift to my index finger, and I think it's because I like the sound of my vibrato with that finger better than the D on it. Yeah, I think it sounds a little smoother, at least for my technique. Here's another thing that I love to do, and it's just basically creating noise, kind of musical noise, but it's an interesting technique. I slide up to the D and the F, and I'm bending from G to A, but I'm also incorporating just the open E string, and it's just there for noise and tension content. But you can also hear that harmonic ascending and descending that happens when I dig into it. I love that sound. And then I resolve that tension by fretting the high C above it. So there's that middle section with the double stop ideas. And then after that, I did an ascending unison bend. Again, another kind of energy building idea. Just moving right up the minor with the extra ninth, degree. It's all unison bends. But I'm kind of doing some tremolo picking where I'm, just going pretty much as fast as I can. And then when I get to that, the top note is A. When I get to the A, I start alternating with the note C on top with my fourth finger. Okay, so some of that. Then I believe I do a descending scalar run, and it kind of involves some triplets just in that key of D Aeolian. The basic idea is just, and then moving it. It's a hammer on. And then just moving it to the scale. So I'll use that same figure, that rhythmic figure a lot, just in pentatonic. If I wanted to take a D minor pentatonic ascending, and then descending. Of course, that was on the B and G string, but you can do it on. Find little rhythmic groupings like that, and try moving it to the scale to just give you new melodic and rhythmic ideas. Okay, so there's a night to remember. Take some of these ideas, hopefully incorporating ideas from all the sections in the series, and try plugging some of those in. Again, just little bits at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself with too much information. The best thing is just take one or two little ideas at a time and really develop it. It's like learning a language. If you learn, a new phrase in whatever language, it's great to be able to try to use it, speaking that language. Use it in a sentence. So it's the same with melodic ideas. You can't learn the whole language in one sitting. You need to find phrases that resonate with you and that you enjoy, and then really develop those, and then add it to what you already know. And so before long, these start becoming a natural part of your dialogue. They start becoming a natural part of your phrases, and you can keep building onto that. And that's the inspiring thing, is you never get to the end of that road. It just keeps going and keeps getting broader and more beautiful, hopefully. So hope you're inspired like I am, and have fun.